Alright, hey, what's up you guys, it's Techrodd with a new After Effects tutorial, and this is episode 8, and this episode we'll be doing something beyond the basics. What we'll be doing is the pre-composing of layers, also working with more compositions. We'll be taking a look at layer styles, different kind of layers, I'll be showing some suggested tutorials, and yeah, maybe some, and I'm also going to repeat some basics. Alright, so let's begin. Okay, so let's open up After Effects. Here we got After Effects. Let's just make a quick a new composition with, of course, the default settings. Let's make it 50 seconds long. We're all used to that now. Okay, at first we're going to take a look at the different kind of layers. So on top here you can see layer, new, and different kind of layers. You already know the text, the solid, and the adjustment layer. You might have used those as well. So you know adjustment layer is for applying effects to, so they apply to the layers beneath it. Text layer names as itself. Then you got the solid layer, which can be a solid layer, actually just a layer with a color you want as a background. For example, here we got a red background. You can also make it black and white, etc. The other layer what we've got over here is the light layer. Light and camera are mostly used when working with 3D environments. So for example, you're doing a motion tracking, or you're doing a 3D space which you animate an object into. You use camera and light layer to move the camera around and add some light, which is really useful to it. The next layer what we got over here is the null object. Null object is really something, it's nothing actually. It's just an object used, for example, to connect the different kind of layers to that null object. And when you move the null object, the other layers move as well, so they're kind of connected. So I'm going to show that to you in just a few moments. And other layer we got over here is shape layer. Shape layer, with that layer you can create different kinds of shapes. For example, rectangle tool. With the rectangle tool you can create a layer, a shape layer, and you can make a circle, a rectangle, etc. Let me just show it really quick. As you can see, it goes to the rectangle tool over here, and we can create different kinds of let me just when we're going to the tool view, we keep pressing our left mouse click. It opens up another menu, and we can select other shapes. Anyway, and we can move them and adjust them. But that's not for now. It can really be a handful sometimes, especially when working with Element 3D, for example. So what I'm going to show now is the null object, what you can do and what you can do. So when you select new layer, null object, you get this little object over here. There's nothing really, it won't show anything up to your screen, just empty rectangle, nothing much. You can see it's nothing when you go add a for example, white background to it. And you won't see this when you pre-render, for example. It's nothing. And for example, I have a text over here. Let me just call it test for now. If you're wondering what font I use, you can see it over here. Let me just use a default font. There we go. Maybe make it caps. There we go. We're going to put this one over here. We're going to duplicate that. We're going to put another one over here. Duplicate again over here. And when we select those, and what you can do is with an object, you can kind of let the give it a random movement. So when we press P and keep pressing Alt on our keyboard and toggle the switch over here, it will let you add an option to give an expression to it. So what we're going to type is wiggle. Open up and type in 1, comma 50 for example, and close it, and just click away, and that will kind of, yeah, as you can see, it will randomly move the object around, and you can do that with every layer actually, but most useful to do it is by null layer. And you can see the text is not moving right here. What you can do is select them all, and over here you can see parent. No matter which mode you are, you can see parents, and this little kind of circle, I guess, when you keep pressing, you can see, yeah, a little wire, for example. You can see it's kind of funny, and just select the null layer over here, and it will parent to the null layer, and it will also move the other texts. So when I selected all the texts over here, and it will all parent to the null layer. For faster, this is actually the fastest way. You can also do it by clicking here and choose which layer you want, and it's really handy, as you can see. For example, I don't want this to be connected, so it doesn't move, but now I want to connect it, so there we go. You can see it kind of move. You can also do that with the rotation. Wiggle, open up 150, and doesn't always have to be 150. You can you can see it's it's moving a lot, so we're going to change that to, let's say, 105. There we go, and that's kind of a lesser wiggle, so I'm going to use that one. So it always has to be at 1.01, I guess. You can also add some ones to it, but that's to be really precise to it. But anyway, as you can see, it works perfectly, and it's really handful this way. I mostly use it when working with visual effects. This is really special way, so you got to keep that in mind. It's really handful. Let me just delete. I'm going to keep those layers. And what now I'm going to do is add another solid layer, another shape layer. So let me just add the shape layer to it. Let me see here in the Eclipse tool. Let's change the color to, let's see here, blue, I guess. There we go. And we're making a shape layer. Okay, there we go. Let me just adjust it a little bit. Let me parent to the null object as well, so it moves with it. And there we go. There we go. And there we go. Let me just decrease the size a little bit. Yeah, you can also do the wiggle with the size. There we go. And you know what, we're going to make it more round, and we're going to alt click the scale of the shape layer, and going to wiggle this one as well, but for the shape this time. Not much, so 1.02 will be enough, I guess. And just press away, and only it should change from a size. As you can see, it kind of changed, and that's kind of cool. Not fully done yet. What you can do is, let me just add these ones to here. No, I'm just improvising here, guys. I'm not really had an idea at first, but I'm just doing this animation here, but using the wiggle. And that's kind of cool, as you can see. So yeah, let me just add some, you know what, I'm going to add some blur to this layer over here. You know how to do that. There we go. Looks much better, doesn't it? So I'm going to rotate this one a little bit. I'm going to change the text to shape this. animation. We're not going to change the shape. I'm going to add this. I'm just improvising, you guys. And going to change the font. Actually, that's a good font. It's ugly. Yeah, this one is nice. Okay, so we're just going to copy that, paste it over here. Oh, paste it. Okay, and decrease the size a little bit. Just really easy what I'm doing right now. Try it out yourself. It's awesome to do this. Yeah, it's looking pretty good, I guess. I'm going, and how to remove that wiggle is very easy. Just press Alt, click the stopwatch again. And yeah, we can also animate it if we want. You can also animate this, for example, over here and over here. There we go. Doesn't matter. You can do it. Really useful. Yeah, that's looking great. Now, as I said at the beginning of the tutorial, I'll be also showing how to pre-compose layers. What I mean by pre-compose is you select the layers you want and you put them in another composition. So it will create another composition with those layers you've selected. And these layers will be removed from the composition you were working previously on into the new composition. It's really handful, for example, when you want to add color corrections to all those layers, but don't want to do that separately and just add to that one layer. So I'm going to show how to do that right now. So I'm going to select these layers over here. I'm going to right click them and choose pre-compose. If there isn't any pre-compose here with you, might be a problem because I guess CS4 or CS5 doesn't have that option. CS 5.5 and CS6 I believe they have. So, but it's not always necessary to do this. You can also just let me just try to do this way. No, that won't work. Yeah, just knippen. Well, just copy and pasting them will be possible as well. So we're going to pre-compose, and we get this little menu, and we're going to select move all alteration into new composition. This means every effect I added, every animation I added to any of these layers will be also moved in that composition. What you also can do is sometimes this option will be available. So we'll just add the layer into that new composition, and all the effects and animations you've done won't be moved, and they will stay applied to that pre-composed layer. It's kind of hard to understand, but you get used to it once you've kind of used it a lot, as I did. So let me just press OK over here. We're going to change the name, of course, to animation text. There we go. It should have the same length as the previous composition. There we go. And yeah, we can see when I go back to here, nothing has changed because we have a layer over here. We can still kind of move it. What I'm going to do now is add some effects to it. So let me just add some color corrections to it, a little bit of contrast. You can see that won't do anything. So let me just let for now. What I'm going to show you now is layer style. So as in the last tutorial we've done your first intro, and that's kind of the cool thing. I've showed the mode over here, that when you can screen out the blackness, as you can see. It's really useful for example, kind of let it slide in with the background layer. It's really handful. So when you use that a lot, eventually it will look very awesome. So for example, I want this to be applied to another background. So let me just search for a texture. There we go. Let me just go to my special effects, I guess. No, it's in my Photoshop folder with my other textures. There we go. There we go. And yeah, over here. Okay. This yeah, of course, this will be available in the description, of course. So don't worry. Yeah, so this is an awesome, yeah, awesome texture. As you can see, nice, high detailed, kind of awesome. And you can see it looks a lot better than a white background. So let me just delete that white background over here. Let me drag that adjustment layer on top of here. And now we're going to, yeah, kind of. Now what we're going to do now is a kind of yeah, screen out a little bit. So let me just try to find the right one, which one looks really awesome. Do that layer. So you just have to look around a little bit. You won't directly find it, but at the end you will find it and you'll think it's awesome. Guess overlay was pretty, soft layer was pretty nice. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty nice. And what you can see over here is the background a little bit into those yeah, those text layers. You can see the pixels. Let me just resize a little bit to over here, and we can change the text over here, rotate a little bit, maybe resize. There we go. And now I'm going to add another text layer over here, and just make it, let's say, animation. Oh, animation test. There we go. Let me just try another. Oh. Okay, that's nice. Let me just increase the size a little bit. There we go. And we're going to add some wiggle to it, as always. There we go. Okay, that's awesome. And also with the rotation, of course. Wiggle. 1, 2. There we go. Awesome. Maybe not. I guess moving like that is just fine. You know what? I guess this 1.10 should be enough, I guess. There we go. Oh, that's just fine. And now we're going to add a kind of a, yeah, let me just add a lens to it. The download will be available in the description. Let me just look for a nice one. If you want more of these, yeah, more of these textures, I have a editing pack uploaded on my channel, so go take a look for that. Really can't find a flare. Give me a second. There we go, I got one. And as you can see, the yeah, there's a black background. We're going to remove that by screening it out a little bit. Maybe we're going to choose liner dodge because that's more awesome than that one. Let me just resize it a little bit so it kind of goes that's just fine. Okay, that's awesome. You know what, we're going to add something in here. We're going to add an image into it. So let me just search an image. For example, it's bad quality, but oh well, just for now, I'm going to use this one. You can easily find it on yeah, on Google's. Just search Facebook icon and you will find it really easy. And let me just kind of, oh, okay, nice. There we go. Maybe a little bit big. Here we are. Yeah, that's awesome. And you know what? We're going to change the text again. Like, and we're going to change, yeah, the font as well to more. Awesome. Okay, and as you can see, oh, we forgot to wiggle the, forgot to parent the Facebook. So we're going to parent that really quick, so it will move with the other layers. There we go. And again, we're going to pre-compose those layers again. So select them all, choose pre-compose, name this animation. Oh, animation. Going back to this one, and this time I'm going to make it zoom in, fade in. And fade out. And we're going to add a background to it. I said black, not white. There we go, black background. And going to, yeah, we're going to make it stop over here. So here's another tip. Normally you go Ctrl K and change the duration over here. Another way to do that is by just over here. You can see the this one over here, and we're going to decrease to the point where we don't want it. And we're going to right click this one, the work area over here, and choose trim comp to work area. I think I said this before in another tutorial, but just use it again. So that's how you do it, and that's much faster than just typing the number in. And there we go, we got an animation. So what I'm going to do now is add some color corrections, and that's thing we're almost done. So let me just make it look more awesome. Yeah, we're going to add some, I guess, some lens images or do the screen will do the job. There we go. It will be available in the description, of course, as always. Screen it out. Lower the opacity a lot. There we go. Let's move the optical flare a little bit to this side. Going to the other composition over here, and we're going to let this one, giving it less opacity, let's just 90 opacity, and the Facebook picture as well. There we go, and it should look better now, I guess. We can also change the color if we want from this layer. say a little bit more wider so we can see the Facebook image a little bit better. That's just fine. Just add this one to here. Okay. And I guess we're all done. Oh, we're not yet done. Yeah, I forgot to overlay this layer over here. Yes. So just click overlay or soft. Just overlay is just fine. And let me just take a look at it. That's just awesome. Alright, so I think that's about it. So we're just going to render that out really quick. So I'm just pre-render it. So that's the animation. It's kind of a, yeah, you can use it as an outro if you want. You know how to do that, the rendering, so add to render queue. Let me just wait a little bit. Choose your preset, choose your output, and just click render and it'll render out. And re-render in Vegas if you want. Anyway, I think that's about it. So thank you for watching this tutorial for After Effects. I hope you kind of learned something this time. In the next tutorial we'll be taking a look at how to mask. So really, yeah, focus on that special tool. So over here we got mask, and masking is really special, and it can be used. It can be used in a lot of projects. So masking is a special way to animate some things. Anyway, I think that's about it. So thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope I was of any help. If you have any question, please ask, and yeah, please subscribe for more.